Hey folks, tonight is going to be a bit of an experiment. I'm absolutely destroyed from work. It has been a really, really long week. But I've got some stuff that I want to make for my film studies class for Monday. We're getting right near the end of the term, and I want to get the kids executing on filming some miniature vehicles and stuff. So we're not going to build this stuff in class. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this 1/25th scale Camaro snap type model. I'm going to dress it up a little bit with the intent to make it look kind of post-apocalyptic, kind of like if you've seen Sci-Fi's Defiance. They have a Dodge Charger in that show that is all kitted up with roll cages and rust and doodads and greebling and all sorts of really cool stuff that makes it look like it's really been through the ringer. So I'm going to try and do that with this Camaro kit. Paint it up nice and hopefully come up with something that is compelling enough that it'll look cool on camera. The other thing we're going to need for this little post-apocalyptic car chase that we're going to do is a road. We're going to need a road. So it's in 1/25th scale. If I want this car at 1/25th scale to look like it's going around 100 miles an hour, and I'm using miles an hour just because I did some measurement in feet, and so I continue with imperial. I'm gonna want at least, I want the car traveling at least 7 feet per second. That gives me about scale 100 miles an hour. So what I'm going to do for that, since I will be driving to work on Monday, is I'm just going to go ahead and build a couple of sections of road. I've got a bunch of this MDF hanging around the basement from one thing or another. These pieces are 5 feet long each, so I'm going to dress them up with a little bit of plaster and a lot of paint, and hopefully make them look like some decaying asphalt roads. 2 5-feet section, 10 feet. That'll give us about a second of filming. Since we're shooting miniatures, we're going to be recording them with some iPhone and higher-end Android phones, high frame rate modes, which will shoot at around 120 frames a second. 120 frames, a 1/25th scale. That gives us a playback rate of 24 frames a second. And it should all look fairly realistic when shot that way. That's a lot of numbers. There's some more math involved. It involves taking the square root of the reciprocal of this scale, and it's too much math. So I actually reached out on the Science Fiction Modelers Society Facebook page, and a lovely man named Jim checked my math. So he is kind of given me the nudge I need to actually come down here and make something. Other things I'm going to be doing tonight, so I'm going to be working with plaster and this stuff. I'm also going to be soldering together some of this heavy gauge wire for the roll cage. This is the size of the car, so this is going to get dressed up with a roll cage amongst other things. Something I'm also going to do is I'm going to use this. One of the coolest things that I got for Christmas was this 3-doodler. And it is basically a handheld fused deposition 3D printer. It's super cool, and I'm going to be running ABS plastic through it, hopefully to create some really interesting and intricate detailing. Some wire cages for the windows and things like that. We'll see how it goes. So just to give you a sense, this is what my reference is looking like for today. We got some old rusted up Camaros, got some more rusted up old school Camaros, There's a modern Camaro, also all rusted up. And then the Dodge Charger from Sci-Fi's Defiance, which looks something like this. So somewhere between this and this lies where my car is gonna look. And hopefully it turns out okay. So that happened. I'm not gonna say that tonight was a disaster or a write-off, because I ended up with a paint job that I'm pretty darn happy with. Needs a couple of touch-ups, but by and large, this is the effect I wanted, and this is the effect I got. So, great. The 3-doodler is finicky. I am not super familiar with it yet. So I got some metal grating, some metal mesh done for the back, which I think looks pretty rad. I think I'm gonna do more for the windows in here, because I don't believe the kit comes with any other clear pieces. Yeah, pretty sure that's it. Unless I've misplaced something because I'm half asleep. Oh wait. No, so there are no more. There are no windows. So I'm gonna build. So I'm gonna build up the windows in the same way, using the 3-doodler to create this kind of wire mesh effect. I've got this kind of funky accelerator thing that I will use this little battery operated blue LED for. This is just basically to make the engine look funky and futuristic, like it's got some sort of crazy alien supercharger like the one in Defiance. Other than that, I'm going to sleep because I'm making mistakes, and it seems like the things I'm trying are just not working out. Partially because I'm tired and fumbly, and partially because I'm experimenting. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, so I'm gonna have to come back to it when I'm a little bit more awake, so that I can actually troubleshoot and problem solve a little bit better. All right. Thanks very much for watching. If you want to help out the channel, if you're enjoying the stuff that I'm doing, if you're enjoying watching me kind of fumble my way through some of this stuff, please do subscribe. If you got any questions for me or suggestions, anything I could have done differently tonight, please leave a comment below and let me know. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a good one.